exciting. Do you know what it is? Well, it could be rollerblades, maybe some baseball glove. I don't know, said Miguel. But if my daddy's sent it, it's got to be something special. Miguel's best friend Clarine said, you know about Miguel's dad. He drives one of those big old 18-wheeler trucks. It's red, it's silver. He drives all the way across the country in that truck. Y'all know about his dad. So he's liable just to bring him anything from anywhere. Well, that afternoon, abuela, which is another word for grandmother, and tia rosa, which is tia is another word for aunt in Spanish, went to the train station with Miguel. There's a large box with the holes in it. And through one hole, there was a head sticking out with a beak and some eyes. And Miguel said, it's a bird, it's a bird. And he got all excited. And on top of the box was a message. Fatten this turkey for Thanksgiving. I'll be home to share it with you. Love you, Papa. Oh, my goodness. Now, what do you think Papa really intends to happen to this bird? Jared?
Like to feed it a lot, so it'll be really healthy, and then they kill it for the Thanksgiving.
Seriously, kill it?
Yeah.
What do you think, Holly?
They'll fatten it up, they'll kill it, and then they cook it.
Well, I'm afraid you guys could be on the right track because this is Thanksgiving season after all, right? And who can tell me what a prediction is? And you all have just made some really good predictions. Tell me, please.
Something that you could think might happen, but it's like it might not.
It might not, but chances are the evidence that we have from the previous parts of our story kind of gives us an idea that that's probably what's going to happen, isn't it? Okay. Yes, Miss
I think
Leslie.
the turkey's going to become his friend, and they're going to cook another turkey.
Well, we'll see, won't we? Let's find out. Let's continue reading. Okay. When Miguel's grandfather saw the turkey, he said, where can we put a turkey? This is New York City and an apartment. We don't have a farm here. Well, que problema, said Tia Rosa. What a problem. That brother of mine is loco. What do you think loco means?
Crazy.
Down. Loco. That brother of mine is loco. What do you think?
Crazy.
Crazy. Of course it does. Thank you. Okay. In the end, Abuela said Miguel could keep the turkey. Now, Abuelo is grandfather. Abuela is grandmother. And Miguel had already said, I love my turkey. I'm going to call her gracias. And we all know that gracias means
Thank you.
Thank you in Spanish. But, says Grandpa, Abuelo, she must have a house. Venga, come with me. We will go make her a house in the backyard where she can talk to the pigeons. If you'll notice, please, there, Abuelo is sitting on a stoop in front of their New York apartment. How is it different from when you are sitting outside with your family? You guys take time to sit outside with your family? You know, it rained a little bit yesterday afternoon, and I took time to sit outside with my family. And you know my family's Miss Deborah and her husband, Mr. Glenn. And we sat on the porch, and it was raining, and the wind was blowing, and it was so nice. And we just sat on the big, long porch in front of her house. And it's quite different from a stoop because we were sitting in chairs or in a swing instead of on the steps that actually lead up to the door. It's very different from New York City stoop because there were no people around us. We were just all by ourselves enjoying the weather. Yes, Miss Lexi.
What he was just saying about the when you take his family time. My whole family came yesterday because it was my grandma's birthday, and we all sat we was a table, and we had we all sat around, and it was pouring down raining. I just looked outside.
Now,
It was like a big porch. I was just sitting there walking back and forth.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah. What's another word for grandmother in Spanish? Okay, listen, we'll hear it again in a few minutes. Okay, now I think this next part of the story is very interesting. Listen carefully. Here we have this New York boy, okay, and he's all of a sudden given a turkey, and we know that turkeys are usually found on a farm. At the library, Miguel found a book about turkeys. He read that turkeys were grazers, and a grazer is any animal that eats grass from a pasture or from like a field, a cow, a horse, a sheep, a goat. Those are grazers. Clarine and Miguel went to Central Park as well. But backing up, I think it's pretty good that Miguel, not knowing what to do with this turkey, took it upon himself to do what?
Look through a book and find what happened
He went
and see what it eats and stuff like that.
Exactly. He was ignorant of how to treat the turkey or how to raise him. So he took it upon himself to go to the library, and he found information, and he found out that turkeys like to eat grain, and they also like to eat green plants. Now, I'll be honest with you, I thought they just ate turkey food. And I don't know what turkey food would be, but maybe a grain. Maybe chicken food. Anyway, I just thought they would eat corn, and which corn is a grain, but they also like to eat green plants. So when they went to Central Park, they talked to one of the park rangers, and he gave them a whole big bunch of cut grass. Now, why would he have given them cut grass for the turkey?
Because you don't want the turkey to die.
Right, because we just found out that the turkey likes to eat green plants, right? And that includes green grass. Mr. and Miss Chatterjee saved old lettuces and cabbages. Now, what kind of business would Mr. and Miss Chatterjee have if they're able to save old lettuces and old cabbages? What kind of business are they in, do you think?
Feeding turkeys?
Feeding turkeys? Well, they have now become in that business, haven't they? Yes, ma'am.
Maybe they like run a stand, but
They might run a vegetable stand, a fresh veggie stand, or a grocery store. In this case, I believe it is a grocery store. Soon the whole neighborhood knew about Gracias. "Hi, Clarine. Hi, Miguel," said Police Officer Devereaux. "Is that turkey getting fatter?" And Miguel said, "Yes, ma'am." She says, "Well, when he gets too fat for your oven, you let me know, because I have a bigger oven." What do you think Officer Devereaux is trying to do?
she wants to eat.
She wants that turkey. She says, "I have a bigger oven." As Gracias grew, she became Miguel's amiga. Amiga is a female friend. Amiga. She made a gobble gobble noise every time she saw Miguel, and she ate from his hand. Abuela told Miguel, "You can take Gracias out, but you must clean up after her." What kind of cleanup is Grandma talking about? Holly?
Can she do some business? They can cook.
If she does her business, yeah, of course. Because you can't have a turkey in the streets of New York not taking care of the business, right? Mm-hmm. Gotta clean it up. Miguel wanted to take his turkey out for a walk in the street. Abuelo made a ring to fit on the bird's leg, and he tied a cord to that ring. Now, a question earlier came up, why not put it around the neck? Why do you think?
I know they probably put it around her foot so that if they lost her, they could just like throw turkey with it.
But why not around the neck?
Because their foot like sticks out.
Maybe the foot was more. I mean, it doesn't say. I don't guess there's a right or wrong way to walk your turkey. Okay, let's pause here for our prediction. If he took the turkey out and perhaps just held him under his arm, and this is almost too low for you guys because you're so much smarter. What could happen if the turkey's not attached to some type of tether or some type of cord? Matthew?
Or like run away and get lost.
Possibly. And then, of course, what are they going to have for Thanksgiving dinner?
Nothing.
Nothing. Not going to have nada, are they? Okay, now she will not fly into someone else's oven, Abuela said. Miguel worried every time there was talk of ovens. He wrote to Papa, "Can we get another turkey for Thanksgiving? One that is dead already?" Well, he did not get a reply. If you'll notice on our word wall, reply is one of our words for today. And reply simply means to answer. Can someone give me a synonym for reply? Leslie? Synonym for reply.
Like opposite.
Synonym. That would be different words, same meaning. Lacey, can you help her out? At least I didn't call you Layla.
Telling?
Say again.
Telling?
Telling. Okay, very good. Very good. He sent his note to his dad. Jerry?
Feedback?
Feedback. Awesome, thank you. Sent a note to his dad, but he did not get a reply. Well, at church, Miguel lit 2 candles, one for his father and one for Gracias. "Please, Senor," he prayed, "keep them safe." Tia Rosa also lit a candle. "Pobre niño," she said, "poor boy." What do you think's happening here? Why would Tia Rosa feel the need to say, "poor boy"? I mean, here he is in church. He's lighting candles and he's praying about a turkey. Why would Tia Rosa feel the need to say, "Oh, poor boy, ay, 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 poor boy"? Nathaniel?
Because if you don't want them to kill the turkey,
All right, what's happened?
they're wanting to kill the turkey.
They wanted to kill the turkey, but what's happened with Gracias and Miguel? Morgan. What's happened? Amigo.
They're gonna have it for Thanksgiving.
They want to, yeah, that's the intent. Papa, remember Papa gave it to him and says, fatten this turkey up so we can have it for Thanksgiving dinner. And, but what's happened between Miguel and Gracias?
They became good friends.
They became good friends, they became amigos. The leaves fell from the trees. Now listen to this, I love this part. The weather grew cold. Abuela made a cover for the cage. And Abuelo says, why bother? It's almost Thanksgiving. Why bother with that? People shouldn't eat pets, said Miguel. She's a turkey, said Abuela. That's what turkeys are for. We're amigos, cried Miguel. I love her, I love her. I love her. I told you it would be a problem, said Tia Rosa. I think Tia Rosa's the one that's got her finger on the pulse of things, don't you? Because she definitely sees what's going on there.
Thinking she knew what would happen.
I think so too. Okay, a couple more pages of the story. On Saturday afternoon, Clarine came over to watch football with Miguel. Suddenly there was a noise that was even louder than the television. What happened? What happened? There's a noise even louder than the television, Destiny.
The turkey was gobbling.
The turkey was gobbling, chances are. Why would this turkey be gobbling in a panicky kind of way? Holly.
They might either be attacked or be killed.
Okay, very good. Matthew.
Like someone might try to steal it or hurt it.
Okay, Matthew got it that time. Someone, they ran outside and the cage was empty. A boy was running down the street and the big turkey was flapping under his arm. Gracias, gracias, cried Miguel. And here's Clarine. You bring that turkey back to me. Clarine was wanting that turkey back. Now, remember, Clarine was as much of a friend almost as Miguel was. If you'll notice, flapping is one of our words that means to move back and forth in a panicky kind of way, flapping his wings. Okay. Now, let's talk just a moment about this bird. What did you notice, a couple of things did you notice that the family did that was special for this bird that was supposed to be the Thanksgiving dinner? They did a couple of things that were kind of weird, that were different, that showed special treatment. Okay, little puppy dog.
Found a little cage for it, and they like named it, and like they took it for a walk, and they had to clean up after it.
Okay, very good. And what did Abuela do when the weather got cold, Morgan?
Put the blanket over.
Put a blanket, put a cover over it. So I can predict right now that there's going to be problems on Thanksgiving Day, don't you think?
Yeah, because he don't want to give it up.
That's true. Okay, good job, guys. Thank you. Okay, once again, our words today are reply, which means to give an answer, and flapping, which is moving back and forth, back and forth. And let's reach back a little bit last week and look at a couple of words. Categorize. Who remembers what that word means? Categorize. Leslie.
Organized.
To organize, to put into groups. Very good. How about harvest? That's a simple one, Holly.
Then you harvest the puzzle.
Well, what is harvest?
You plant the stuff, and you have a big old garden for it, and then you have to harvest all of them, like pick them.
Okay, pick them. That's good. That's what I'm looking for. Trudged. That's from our stone soup fluency piece. Help me out with trudged. Trudged. The soldiers trudged up the hill. Marched. They were marching, but they were trudging as they marched. They were so...
They were like walking slow.
Walking slowly. They were so tired. Okay, very good. All right, look at your fluency piece.